Oh, hello. It's me again. Had my dinner not long ago, and it was really nasty. I was going to use the word horrible, but I decided against it. It was a festive pie, and it had like turkey and cranberry sauce in it. It was really inedible, and I had some mixed vegetables with it, and some boring boiled potatoes. So it was so dry I could hardly swallow it. Ended up with hamster pouches. Just can't eat dry food. And I've really lost my sense of taste. Everything just tastes bland. And I don't think it's just my taste buds. I think it's a lot of the products you buy. Products. I think they're poor quality. And the turkey in it was so dry. But is famous for being dry. So I had hardly any dinner. I'll have to make up for it later with something else, something more palatable. Anyway, I was thinking about being a food critic. Obviously not now, I was just thinking about the idea of it. I wouldn't be very good, would I? Wouldn't last very long, because I'd give terrible reviews to restaurants. Oh no, there's not that woman again, that Laura Mclaura. She's terrible. Tell her that we've got no free tables. Oh, but one of the waiting staff, or whatever you call them, front of house, said, oh, she did book a table. Oh, just go and get a hammer and smash it to pieces then. Anyway, I was imagining this awful food critic going on MasterChef to be one of the judges. You know, a guest judge. I was thinking of a MasterChef UK that's not been made yet. It's just totally in my imagination for the future. John Turode and Greg Wallace are still the judges. Anyway, it comes down to the final three chefs or home cooks, whatever you want to call them. So they're really trying their best now, the final three. It's getting very exciting. Who's going to win? Anyway, on this edition, one of the last editions of the programme, it's just John, John and Greg introduce one of the guest judges. It's not Grace Dent, who I like. It's not Jay Rayner, who I like as well. And the others, I can't remember the other people's names. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them, but they're all restaurant critics and food writers, very talented and good at their jobs. Anyway, this is a new one. They introduced me. We've got a very new guest judge tonight. She's only been doing this for about 3 months. But the thing with her, she's very picky and very hard to please. So we thought it would be fun to bring her on. The home cooks don't look very happy when they hear the name Laura Mclaura, who's already built up a small reputation for being a right bitch, strides into the studio. Uh, yeah, there she is. Blonde hair, pink woolly hat on, her trademark, and a nice pink dress to match. She comes on with a face of thunder. She doesn't smile, hasn't got a sense of humour. Very strict, like a school headmistress on steroids. Anyway, uh, Greg and John ask Laura Mclaura what the what they have to do today, what they have to do today. And she says, well, when I think back to my school days, even though I was a picky eater in those days, I still loved desserts, and absolutely adored my school dinner desserts or puddings. I don't think there was one that I didn't really like. I liked them all. It was a highlight of the meal. I didn't eat the main meal. I just got two desserts. I was lucky that they let me have two. But my mother was friends with the headmistress, and that's why I was allowed to get two desserts and no proper dinner or main course. Anyway, the challenge for today is for you to all cook something that you may have had at school dinners, or maybe something your mum cooked for you on a cold winter's night or on a hot sunny day, but something that you had as a child, a dessert or a pudding that you absolutely loved. And but I want I want you to make it really special. It can't just be um, ice cream and jelly. It has to be something very, very special. I want there to be a wow factor. All right, then, that's the challenge. So the contestants start cooking. They've got an hour and a half to prepare a nice dessert or pudding for John, Greg, and Laura Mclaura. Anyway, the time rushes by for the three home cooks. Greg says, right, that's it, I'm finished. The first contestant to come up with your dessert or pudding is Rory. Rory takes a few, walked up to the judges, a bit nervous, holding his plate, puts it down in front of them. The first person to take a bite, oh, I'll tell you what the dessert he created was spotted dick. And Greg looked at it and he said, "This is a spotted dick, isn't it?" And Rory said, "Yes." And Greg said, "What's the difference?" And why is it different from a normal spotted dick? And Rory said, "It's because it's a spotted vagina." No, he didn't really say that. He said, "Oh, the reason it's different is because instead of having the normal currants and sultanas in it and raisins, it's actually got Amazonian fruits that I get from a Brazilian food shop. And there's some nice ice cream to go with it, and that's flavoured with cognac." Mmm, Greg says, I like the sound of that, but what's it going to taste like? He takes a big spoonful of it, eats it, thinks about what he's eating. You can hear his mind going over, round and round, thinking, do I like it? Then he says, "That was absolutely fantastic. I'm not kidding you. That was top notch. I could eat another bowlful of that quite easily." Then it's John's turn to try it, and he said, "Yes, it's all right, but I'm not sure about the ice cream. It was a little bit icy, and I don't think the cognac actually went with the spotted dick. I think a custard would have been a better idea." Anyway, it's the next person is a rail thin, elegant woman of Italian heritage. Her name is Monica. Monica comes forward with her dish, and the judges ask her what it is. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to give you not Laura Laura Mclaura's view on Rory's spotted dick. So I'll just rewind it a bit. Yes, I'll try this. I can't say it looked really tasty. In fact, it looks a bit like a dog's dinner. All right, and I don't mean done up like a dog's dinner. I mean an actual dog's dinner. She takes a bit of bite of the sponge, and she goes, "Can someone get me a bucket, please?" Someone from in the background rushes forward with a bucket, and Laura is sick into the bucket. Anyway, Monica's there trembling now. John and the judges ask her what the dish is, and Monica says it's a take on a prune crumble that she used to enjoy at school. And they say, yeah, it looks like a crumble, but there's nothing really to go with it. So we'll just have to judge it by the fruit and the crumble itself. Can you tell us what makes it different from a normal crumble? And I've not heard, Greg says I've not really heard of a prune crumble before, but I've heard of a plum crumble. Oh, anyway, the lady explains that the difference is the topping actually contains salami. And John says, I don't think that's going to work. I've never heard of anything like that before. I know you can put bacon in desserts, but I'm not one for that. I think it was just a brief fad about 20 years ago. Anyway, I'll try it. Actually, I'm really surprised. Salami in the topping tasted really nice. I can't believe the flavours actually. And the prunes are very nice and juicy and delicate. Yeah, I think that's a decent dish. Yes, it's a pity it's not with the custard. Greg likes it a lot because he loves his desserts. And he thinks the salami crumble topping was a hit. He said, I think this is going to take on, you know. I think soon everyone will be having salami in their crumble. Lastly, it's Laura Mclaura's turn. She says, no, this isn't going to work. I can't see how it's going to work. But I'll try a prune first. These are out of a can, aren't they? Monica looks at her, a bit frightened. Yeah, they are. They are from a can. Why didn't you go to France and get the proper dried plums? The best in the world. Oh, well, I didn't really have time. You know, with the competition, I didn't really have time to go all the way to France. You can get them in this country. I've seen them in the organic shops. Fancy using tinned prunes. Ridiculous. Alright, I'll try this topping now. I'm very apprehensive. Oh, it's disgusting. Laura starts heaving. Oh, I need the bucket. Greg says, it's down there, Laura, it's down there. Her vomit into the bucket. And then it's time for the judgment time. Luckily, Laura is not going to take part in the final judging. That will just be up to John and Greg. I'm not going to tell you who won because I don't know. It's in the future. Suffice to say, Laura Mclaura's very short life as a MasterChef judge, or and restaurant critic came to a juddering end. Is that the right expression? Juddering. Well, anyway, her livelihood was finished as a judge and a food critic, and she ended up working in Morrison's. So, if you want to be a food critic, you've got to be not horrible all the time, but you've got to find out the good qualities of the meal because your career will just end in, like, as I said, 3 months. Yeah, that's my story for the day. I hope it made you laugh. I did make another video recently. It was going on over 25 minutes, so, and my voice was getting really hoarse. I could hardly talk by the end of it. And it just stopped abruptly because I'd run out of storage. Had to get rid of more things, but I'll get those, what do you call them, for memory, where you can download it onto your memories. I call it a memory stick. I don't think that's a technical word for it, but that's what I call it. Anyway, I'm back here. I haven't gone away. I was worried you might have all thought I'd decided to give up on making videos. And you might have thought, oh, thank goodness, that awful woman has decided to stop making videos. But I haven't. Anyway, That's all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed my little story that I just made up while I was eating that awful, uh, unpalatable dinner. And sometimes I just have to wait for inspiration to come, and it can be a few days before I think of something funny. I don't like putting depressing videos out. That's not me. I want to make people laugh. I don't want to upset anyone, offend anyone. I mean, life is tough anyway, and always has been. If I could spread a little bit of joy and happiness, then that makes me happy. Take care, everyone, and I'll make a video soon. I've already got a few ideas. I think an idea about Brussels sprouts is creeping into my brain, so that'll be one to look forward to, as we all love Brussels sprouts, don't we? Alright, see you soon. Goodbye.